And we're live. Welcome to Scoot Scoot Friday, episode 39. It's Feb 16th today. Oh, how are you doing?
Doing well. We are halfway through February, so halfway through the winter, pretty much. So I can only that's the first win, today. So happy about that, and yeah, it's going well. We have a lot of interesting things going on, including the Go. Yeah, a lot of things to look forward to. What about you?
Good. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, man. Like, spring is around the corner. I think everyone's starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We always talk about how winter is that time to improve the business. Summer is the time to run the business. And I think this winter was really, really big for us. Like, I don't remember a winter as busy as this one. So excited to get into some of the stuff we've been working on. And we are also seeing some of our usual suspects in the comments here. Hey guys, nice to see you. We have a bunch of comments and questions that have been pre-submitted, so we're going to run through these as well. So where should we start? Maybe let's take a couple of minutes, just let the comments come in, and then we'll go through them in one shot. And we can take alternating stabs at some of the questions that have been pre-submitted. So here comes the first one, Alaa. I live in the city, but like to cut through the park with some trail riding to work. Can the Go handle this?
Yeah, that's a good question. Absolutely. The Go with the suspension, it makes it more comfortable when you go on something that is not pavement. So that's going to go a long way. Even if you compare it to like the Air, for example, that has a single front suspension, the Airflow suspension on the Go is it's better. So that's going to help. And the fact that you have dual motor, you can even go on the grass and it's just going to power through it. So yes, I would say the Go is for like light trail road, not like the big off-road that you usually use a Phantom or the Pro with, but
Mhm.
it's definitely good enough. Yes.
Nice. Cool. Can you make more testing videos where we see scooters tested for speed and range?
Yeah, I think the best way to do this would be like in our ideal world. In Montreal, we have the F1 circuit. It would be nice to have three of the same scooters side by side, or all our scooters side by side. We put everyone with the same weight, weight in their backpack to be equal to the other ones, and we just like to do all gear one, all gear two, all gear three, and publish a video, and this is the range of the scooter, and even on the website it would be nice to put it. But yeah, I believe that would be the ideal scenario, so you have like one closed circuit, and you can see it like this. So it would be nice to do this. Do you have any ideas, man?
Yeah, no, it takes me back to when we tried to take the Merkin Waybill to the F1 track and do like a proper range test. And I just remember we did it 3 times, and I was the rider, and I had the camera taped to my helmet. And every single time the GoPro would stop recording or like cut off the recording after 60 minutes, and the range test was like 75 minutes. And I just remember doing the same range test 3 times over and over, and then the camera never actually capturing the full recording. So yeah, those like, let's take a bunch of scooters, ride them in the same conditions with the same, in the same weather, on the same track, on the same rider. That all sounds great, but it's just so freaking time consuming, man. I always like the idea that you've been pitching for a long time, which is, let's bring one of those monster rigs over to Canada. Like, let's set it up somewhere in our warehouse and just buy a bunch of scooters that we can break, and then kind of publish the results of when they break, how they break, and kind of do almost like a post-mortem on the scooter. So maybe that's something that could be a bit more, I guess on autopilot, in terms of, nobody's actually there supervising the machine 24/7. It's just kind of running its own thing.
Hmm.
So maybe that could be a fun project for 2024. No?
Yeah, yeah, good, definitely.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that rig that we built to test the Phantom? Do you remember?
It's still on the South Shore. I don't know if it still exists, but this one was built just for the Phantom. We should get a
Yeah.
rig like the one we have in China to put multiple square in it. But yeah.
Yeah, that could be a fun one to recover. That could be a fun live. Just walk through the machine. Cool. Will you ever do a rental service again? Never say never, I guess. But at this time, we're prioritizing other things. So in 2024, there will not be a rental service that we offer. That said, yeah, it was a phenomenal deal the one time we offered it, right? Like, a lot of customers ended up keeping their scooters because there was just such good value. So we know the demand is there. It's something that we're thinking about, but right now we've got bigger fish to fry, so we're focusing our efforts and resources elsewhere. Discounts for students, yes, absolutely. That's actually one of the things we're focusing on. So the marketing team is working on a program that will be rolled out this spring, offering discounts to students as well as military veterans. So in particular in the US, you'll be able to auto-verify your student membership, the fact that you are a student via your student ID, and then get a discount, which is awesome. Who picks the music for the videos? Where can I listen to the tracks? Oh, well, who picks our music?
I don't know. If there's two types, I guess. Our regular videos with real people in it, it's Randy usually. And when we do render animation video, like the hype video when we announce a new model, that's the whole marketing team. You know, we go on the website that we can select the music from. There's a website dedicated to that you can use it and not be like copyright, right? And then we just like everybody has like the video in their mind and they try to like choose the music that's going to go the best with it. But yeah, it's always a big debate at Apollo which music to go with.
Have we published the Go animations? I don't think so,
No.
right? No. Yeah. So maybe that's going to be a good check to see if we're moving in the right direction. But yeah, Randy's usually our kind of music mixing master behind the scenes for like the YouTube stuff, and then like Alwaa said, it's a team effort for all the animations. Apollo Go in the UK, yeah, absolutely. So our official distributor in the UK, Red and Glide, are I believe receiving their sample like this week, or maybe they've already received it. So I think they're just in the testing phases, and then usually what happens is they place an order after that, and then the next production run is I think mid to late March, from what I remember. So realistically, you're looking at like a May-June delivery. So check out Red and Glide, maybe shoot them an email and see when they can start stocking them. In a recent video, I think you say pre-orders are expected to be delivered at the end of March, but I was told at the end of February or early March. Did something change? And no, I think they're referencing the unboxing video from Alwaa. I think there may have been just a simple like slip up. The shipments are very much en route right now, and we're expecting them at the beginning of March. I think the last I heard was like the 4th of March. They're going to hit the port, which means probably within a week from the 4th of March, they'll start shipping out. So stay tuned. Okay, last question for you all. What made you guys start using a rubber latch strap?
It's something that I saw on another scooter, a 9FM scooter, and I like the idea to add that over it. It's not as aesthetically pleasing, but I believe it's worth it. And machining the tolerance of the little orange button is surprisingly very hard. And we show in our video in China, like we built rig like to measure them, like so it's basically dumb proof. It's easy to see when a piece is not properly machined, but I don't want to just rely on that. So I think the rubber strap, it's like even in the worst case scenario that your whole button is gone, you still have this. And like I always say, like when we make scooters, the first question that's in my mind is like, would I put my mother on that? Would I put my girlfriend on that? And well, the answer was yes. But like if I can have that extra peace of mind, I'll take it. And for us, there was not really any cost for this, so we might as well do it.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a couple podcasts ago. We were talking about like how many critical components there are on every scooter. Like if a tire breaks, it sucks, but you're going to be all right. If I don't know, a shock breaks, it sucks, but you're going to be all right. If basically your display breaks, like there are components that can break and not really have any safety considerations or impact on the rider, and there are components that can break and will have safety considerations on the rider. And the folding mech is definitely the latter. So what Alwaa did is he essentially introduced like a fail-safe after a fail-safe after a fail-safe after a fail-safe. So there's like four things would need to fail sort of in order for the folding mech to fail. So it's a lot of additional layers of security, if you will, to keep you guys safe. Yeah.
And the other thing is like, let's say someone do clip his folding mechanism, but it's barely in place, like it's up, but the button didn't clip. Okay, maybe they're not going to realize it, and then it can open on them. Compared to the rubber strap, is it installed or not? It's not installed. So it's making it easier for customers.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. We've got a bunch of questions here in the comments as well, so let's dive into those. One from Donovan. When I arm my Pro via app, then move the scooter, the alarm goes off as expected, but I never get notification through my text message. How do I set that up? I'm active on a lot.
Yeah, it's because it's not implemented yet. So to do this, we see it on our backend right now. If you move it, I'm gonna get an alarm on the backend. We need to have like a web view, so we can, like, are publishing those alarms. Then we're gonna grab those alarm and send it to you with probably an in-app messages. Right now, that web view is made, and we implement right now the in-app notification. So the goal is to publish it with the version 3.8 probably. Right now we are at 3.6. That is in beta testing as of today. On the 28th of February, it's going to be to 3.7, and then it's going to be 3.8 2 weeks later. So to answer your question, you should see it in about a month and a half.
Yeah. I think what Alawa just went over briefly there is actually a super important change that we've implemented on the software release front, right? Like where we basically have a dedicated, like we have a 3-week delay that allows us to test everything more thoroughly, implement changes, and then release it to the public. So it's like a super stable release when it does go out. So yeah, and I think we've already talked about it like a million times, but stability and those missing features are the sole focus of the team before May. So stay tuned. Okay, one from Brad. I was wondering the same thing. I have also, okay, so the same question. Martin, what have you done with Chris? Who's Chris? Just kidding. He's, I think he's got a conflicting meeting today, so he'll be back next week. Mike, I needed to get the Mach 2 controller on my Pro Beta replaced as the scooter kept turning back on. However, the text said the replacement IoT unit was causing the controller to fail again.
I don't know. You need to replace, obviously you need to replace IoT. We shipped it to everyone, but here you do mention the replacement IoT, so no, it should not make it fail. If it's still always turning on, this is a controller. So reach out to support and I'm gonna look at it, Mike. But we have a ton of other IoT and controllers, so even if worst case one of them is still defective, we have them in stock. We can replace it for you.
Okay. Austin, can't wait for my Go. Am I able to purchase both the quad lock adhesive sticker for phones and the strap you showed in the recent Go videos? I need that for my Pro in the city. Oh, interesting.
So the strap, when you buy a scooter, the strap obviously comes with it. If you want to add it to your Air and City, it's not really possible because we have a bracket that holds the strap in place, and it's a drilled hole inside the stem that is tapped. There's thread inside, so it's only on the new models that it's available for now. And am I able to purchase both the quad lock adhesive sticker? So the quad lock adhesive sticker is going to come with the Go as well. And if you want to buy it, you can go, for some reason you want another one, you can go on the quad lock website and also check for just a regular phone case if you want.
Sweet. Donovan, why can I not go faster than 40 miles per hour in Ludo mode on my Pro? The app restricts to 40. In advanced settings, it says 40 miles per hour, but no way to change it unless you do a factory reset. Very frustrating.
Yeah, so you should, the first factory reset you do should fix that. It's not something that's always need to be done. The honest answer why this is happening, why is it being 40 miles per hour, 65 being pushed? We don't know. We don't know because that's not what we are pushing. The controller by default is at 65 from the factory. Then we lock it to 20 for the regulation purpose. It's something that's going to be hopefully fixed. The team thing, they fixed it by 3.7. So as I mentioned, it's going to go in beta testing as of the 28th of Feb, and it's going to be available for you 2 weeks after, so mid-March. But again, for now, you can just do factory reset, and this should push forever the speed to the correct thing.
Cool. Hopefully that helps. Mike, yeah, I think I'll already addressed that comment before. Martin, please, Solar P13 against the Go.
I checked the scooter.
Yeah.
I checked the scooter. The first obvious thing, it's design, right, and size. All the Solar scooter, they just look like
garbage.
Like a bunch of like a bunch of parts put together. But it seems to be a complete different scooter. We're looking at 52 volt, 18 amp hours, so definitely a bigger battery. But the weight, 55 pounds, a dual motor too. But one is go ahead.
I think we're looking at just like two completely different segments, right? Like you're taking like a very what effectively looks like, a bunch of off-the-shelf components put together with exposed cables, exposed bolts, a lot of different design decisions made on the same product, generic batteries and motors, and a no-name controller from a brand that's, I think, up and coming. Solar, I've heard of them more and more. Versus the Go is very much designed to be like the highest performance in the most compact package. So very different use cases. Of course, we could do it, but I think we could pretty accurately predict what the outcome of that comparison is going to be. Austin, are you guys looking into super fast charge capabilities for the scooters? My phone and Tesla can go from 10 to 80 in 30 minutes. Is it possible with the scooter?
Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. It's not ideal. Like when you look at your, we need to check what's the charging rate. I think cars, just in general, the batteries and the BMS, they are built for that. They have a cooling system, first of all, both of them, and the chargers are also way bigger, right? The cable that you have in those things, like you're referring probably to the Tesla supercharger, are built for that. And the scooters, not really. And the BMS that they have is next level, monitoring every cell, and even before you want to plug it, at least in Quebec, it's going to heat up the battery, like condition it properly. You can charge at this rate only to 80% and it limits. So there's a big software aspect that we don't have here. And also that I believe that the challenge is different, right? For cars, you want it to charge fast because you're doing a long trip. It needs to be like at 80% within 20 minutes and then you go. Compared to a scooter, well, usually you use it to go to work or just to go around town, and then you can charge it at your place. So it's not the same consideration, but we do use 21700 cells, so we should be able to do fast charging as well. But it's are we considering it right now? No, we have fast chargers that we're going to push that can charge it in 3 hours, but that's a limitation we have hardware wise with the BMS and the charging port as well.
Cool, thanks a lot. Not sure if anyone has asked this before, but is it okay to ride in Ludo mode on all times on the Pro?
Yeah, that's fine. I just ride in Ludo mode. I think we could only put Ludo mode on the scooter because it's so easy to control. Yeah, that's fine. If you see, it's 100-degree out there and it's like overheating every 5 minutes, maybe chill a bit. But except that, yeah, it's fine.
Cool. Yeah, I think that already was answered. IoT isn't working and support just stopped replying. Yeah, Elwad, do you know what's going on with IoT? Because I did see a couple of reports of just the screens not loading. Is that an isolated incident?
So we are aware that we're tracking in our backend 5 cases of IoT not loading, which was corrected. I was able to figure out, basically there need to be a link for the serial number to the SIM card to the IoT antenna. And we missed 5 of them. And right now, what I was explaining before, that you're going to get alert on your phone and stuff, we had to basically push a new server for that. So there's a V1 of the server and there's the V2. And keep in mind, we're like in all of those, there's the first production unit, there's like the beta unit, there's a production unit. So it seems like some of them are still in V1, some of them in V2. And V1 and V2 is only, like both of these view combined is only available as of the 3.6.2, the one that was pushed in beta today. So if you're not seeing it, reach out to us. We're going to add you to that testing app list. You're going to download the app and then it's going to display on your phone. And in 2 weeks, it should be fixed for everyone.
Cool. Will the Go be sold in Australia soon? From Feral6, yes, it will be. I believe they have already placed their order. So again, probably mid to late March production. So looking at roughly June timing for the Go in Australia. So stay tuned. And you should be able to reach out to either Electric Kicks or Scooter Hut or to distributors there, depending on just, I guess, who's closest to you. So check in with them to see when they're planning on opening up pre-orders.
I see it was from Corey as well, that comment of the IoT. I was talking to you on Facebook. So Corey, I added you to the list of testing. So please just go on Test Flight and install it. Or you're going to get the email like this afternoon.
Cool. Stefan, my city I brought my City Pro to Segway of Ontario, and the technician couldn't get my rear axle off for a tire change. I don't know what to do. So, firstly, Segway of Ontario is not an authorized repair partner of ours. We do have an authorized repair partner in Ontario. They're called, I'll remind me the name. It's escaping me
Repair and
now.
Run.
Repair and Run, thank you. They have a location in Toronto and in Ottawa, from what I understand. So please do make an appointment to see them. They're trained in the technical side of how to perform the repairs, as well as they have better access to our spare parts. So yeah, ideally you would just take your business to one of the authorized shops. If that doesn't work, or for whatever reason you can't retrieve your scooter, just shoot us an email, and we can probably support you with an assembly as well. So you don't have to replace the tire. You can just replace the entire motor hub with the tire.
I think he can't even get the motor off. Stefan,
see.
I'd say no. Use big nuts, right? It's impossible to strip, or it's impossible. So you just know, if you want to do it yourself or go there, just use a bigger like bar to have more force with a lever effect, because there is no reason why you can't remove this nut.
Cool. Will there be a fast charger available for the Go in the future?
Yeah, I have it right here. So we just need to order it now. So probably April. We're looking at a 5 amp charger for a 15Ah battery, so full charge in 3 hours.
Yeah, I think another point that maybe wasn't brought up about the fast chargers is what was that charger that you ordered maybe 6 months ago at the office? It was, I think, like an 8 amp charger or something, or 10. It was massive. It was super, super fast. It was for one of the Pro prototypes, and it was a giant box. Do you remember that?
Well, I remember we did it for the original Pro Ludo like 2 years ago. This one was charging, I believe, at 30 amp, something ridiculous. But it was a different kind of battery. It was not even like 21700 or whatever, but it was a 52 volt pack that you could do. There, it was like 10 amp, I think, the capacity. But at 30 amp, you could charge it. So you needed a crazy charging port like this.
Well, that's it. Yeah. So I think
you have a video. Okay.
You know, like the reason you're able to charge your Tesla from 0 to 80 is because they basically like have all of that infrastructure and the supercharger all set up, and you just pull up and plug in. But you know, imagine being given a block that essentially is the size of like, you know, a 16-inch MacBook, you know, times, I don't know, 10 in terms of the width. It's just a giant piece of charging equipment. Obviously, you can't really bring that with you, but you know, if you're planning on using it somewhere stationary, maybe it could work. But yeah, to Elwha's point, it was just very, very heavy, expensive, and cumbersome to move around. Cool. On the app, to get the IoT to show, I've also had to delete the app and reinstall, and it fixed it for me. Okay, cool. Too bad they don't include the fast chargers. Yes. Well, actually, you know, Brad, I think if you're referencing the Pro, the charger that it comes with is what, 5 amp, Elwha?
4.5, yeah.
4.5, yeah. I mean, that's basically what our fast chargers are for all the other scooters. You know, it's just that the Pro battery is so much bigger that it doesn't fast charge as quickly. But still, you know, you're looking at what, a 6-hour, 7-hour charge time for the Pro. So for a giant battery like that, I think that's pretty reasonable.
And also, just so people know, in all our scooters, we use EVE cell. It's 21700, 5000 milliamp hour EVE cell, like the best. We use that for cars too. Just FYI.
Hey, Jesus, Zav is showing up in the comments. That's awesome. Hey, Zav. Zav is one of our ex-employees here at Apollo. So nice to see you in the comments, man. Let us know how you're doing. Please make the fast chargers so that users can choose high or low current charging. I think we've already thought about that too, right?
Yeah. I found some simple. They look like garbage. Like I would not plug anything with that because it looks like they're gonna explode. So I'm still looking. If any of you has a good supplier on Alibaba or whatever, please reach out to me. I want something that looks clean and not like a bomb. But yeah, it would be nice to be able to charge to decide the voltage, but also the amperage.
Cool. Austin's happy with the 3 hours. You should try and consolidate the charging vectors into 1 or 2 that can perform fast for all compatible scooters. I mean, I think you all have different voltage chargers, right?
Yeah, I think it's what I just said about. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah. From Aaron, what type of suspension does the Go have in the rear?
The suspension of the Go, the rear, it's a rubber block. So when you bottom out, it bottoms on rubber, feels comfortable. And there's some spring inside as well. Where can I go? To make it more bouncy, because it's a smaller rubber block. It's not like the Pro that it's big. Like we have a lot of space. I have a nice rubber block there. The Go is more compact, so we needed to add those springs. So it's the best of both worlds. You have the suspension of the Pro, but you have also part of the suspension of the City, and the result is fantastic.
Cool. Question. If you buy an Apollo scooter from Best Buy, do you still get all the warranty benefits as you would from buying it from the Apollo website? The answer is yes, of course. I believe Best Buy sells their own version of extended warranty. I'm 99% sure. So I don't know what happens in that case when they basically warranty it themselves. But you always have the option of buying extended warranty from Apollo as well. So you should be receiving an email after your purchase and soon within the app that allows you to buy extended warranty from Apollo. Nonetheless, even if you don't, you're still covered for 10,000 kilometers with the frame and then 1 year with all the other components. And you, of course, have access to our growing network of repair centers. So yeah, buy it from Best Buy. They're doing great. So we should definitely support them. Thank you for getting the scooter to Ride It Guides. I cannot wait to see the scooter range test. Thank you. That's awesome. Hope you like it. Yeah, the ESG guys are doing they're back to electric scooter guide now, no longer rider guide. So I guess we should start calling them ESG again, but they're doing some great work. We're excited for the full review as well. Went to one of your centers, repair centers today to drop off my scooter, which had a faulty front motor that leaked air somewhere, which was rare, but the service was personal and amazing. Awesome. Jesus, let us know which service center you went to. We can relay some of that feedback to the team. It must have been either in Montreal, New York City, or LA. So let us know. We want to give the team a shout out, but great to hear. Elwa, any update on accessories? I ordered the new lockbox. Any timeline by when they will be shipped?
Yeah, so the accessories, we have 6 new accessories, I believe. 4 of them are ordered and confirmed. The lock is one of them. We got the final packaging and the lock here in the office. It's working really well. It was worth doing the extra round of feedback to get it to this point, because now it works perfectly. Right now it's Chinese New Year in China. They're coming back on the 19th, most of them during that week. Once they're back, we are going to send our QC team for scooters at the lock factory just to make sure that the whole production is okay. It's the first time we do a lock, so we need to make sure it's okay. And then it's going to be shipped. So I believe it's going to be here around early April. So just in time for the season.
Cool. If the Go is as durable as it looks, you should approach NYC about creating city bike-like locations for rental. Great way to get market penetration. Yeah, honestly, it's an awesome suggestion, Austin. Like, we've been getting inquiries from all kinds of companies that want to do sharing with us. It's just, we have, as we always say, a small but mighty team, and we can only bite off so much. So we learned that the hard way 2 years ago when our ambitions just went like this, and we ended up accomplishing very little. So we're learning from that, and we're staying very focused this year. I think that type of service that you're describing, where we can partner up with either cities or municipalities or hotels, condo associations, golf courses, sports clubs, whatever, is on the roadmap, but it requires a bit of infrastructure that we don't currently have, such as racks that you can store the scooters at and charge them through. It, of course, has a software component to it too. So we're thinking about it, but it's, I would say, a good year, maybe 2 years out for us still at this time. Cool. I also gave some feedback to the LA Service Center guys about the squeaking front fork on the Pro. I noticed there was metal on metal where the fork meets on the upper arm. I think that's probably beta feedback from what I understand. Oh, well. Yeah,
beta feedback and 100 of the real production unit. Where the metal meets on metal, it's the stopper. It's fine. It's really coming from inside. You just need to keep adding grease, and it's going to end up going inside, and it's going to stop. Thank you, Mike.
All right, cool. Jesus, thanks for confirming. We'll let Peter and the team know. And then the last question: anyone got the answer for the top speed on the Pro can't pass 65 kilometers per hour?
Yeah, go in the setting, go in the app scooter setting, do factory reset, and then your speed's going to be unlocked. This will be fixed in the next app release, so 3.7, which is going to be in 4 weeks, available for you.
Cool. Thanks for the kind words, Austin. Always nice to see you, man. Is there a problem with my scooter? The cables came connected. It was strange to me after watching many videos where mimes connect them. Is it dangerous to come connected? It's supposedly new.
Maybe reach out to CX with pictures. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But yeah, definitely open a ticket if you're not sure. That said, I don't think there's inherently any risk with the cables coming connected, right? And my understanding is you mostly do it just to prevent any like cable dislocations or things getting pulled out of place during shipping.
Yeah, they're all coming connected right now, so it should be fine.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Love the participation. Lots of questions. Keep them coming. We'll be back next Friday. If you do have any questions between now and then, you can always share them on the Facebook group, and Randy will do a full sweep of those. So we're ready to answer them next week. In the meantime, ride safe, enjoy, hopefully a beautiful weekend, get some miles on your scooters, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.